the cornerstone of President Trump's domestic agenda in his second term, curbing illegal immigration. The president spent much of his campaign vowing mass deportations of undocumented immigrants. The first weeks of his term have been marked by public displays of immigration enforcement. But whether the administration can carry out its plan to deport millions of people remains to be seen. CBS News immigration reporter Camilo Montoya Galvez went to rural Wisconsin to see how undocumented workers play a key role in America's food supply chain.
Down this road in Waumondy, Wisconsin, population 500, lies John Rosnow's farm. He's a fifth-generation farmer who owns more than 900 acres and more than 600 dairy cows.
It takes one person for every 40, 45 cows.
And who is doing all of this work?
I would say about 90% is done by immigrants.
Immigrants like Kevin, who was born in central Mexico and crossed the U.S. border illegally when he was 18. Now 21, Kevin is among the 11 million undocumented migrants living in the U.S. More than 10,000 of them work on Wisconsin dairy farms.
What kind of work do you do here on the farm? ¿Qué trabajo haces aquí en la granja?
Alimentar y también limpiar los corrales.
You feed the cows and you clean the barns too.
Kevin, who did not provide his last name during our interview, says he often works 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, sometimes starting as early as 3 a.m. But the pay is better than back home.
Does your family depend on your salary here in the U.S.?
My mother and my siblings, of course. But since I have my dad here, he also sends them money. Nationally, more than half the workers in the dairy industry are undocumented. Like Kevin, many leave behind loved ones for wages that are below what American workers get.
Some people would be saying that you could be right now hiring American workers to do this job, and that the only reason you're not doing that is because you can pay immigrants less. How would you respond to that?
If I hired Americans to do the work, I would have to pay probably about $100,000 a year per person, and they would only work 40, 50 hours a week. I would be out of business within 6 months. I couldn't afford it. If the price of milk was, or like a gallon of milk cost $10 in the store, then I could probably do that.
The new administration is already following through on its promise to deport the undocumented.
What would happen to your farm and to your business if they are all sent back to their home country?
If that would happen, I'm out of business, and it wouldn't take long.
Rosnow fears the future. Kevin does not. 4 years ago, when he was president, he said, "I am going to deport everyone," but it never happened. Sometimes we would watch the news and we would see that a family was deported, and we were scared to go out and buy groceries. But I have not felt fear since then. For CBS Saturday Morning, Camilo Montoya Galvez, Waumondy, Wisconsin.
That story is part of an upcoming CBS Reports documentary that goes inside the dairy industry. The Price of Milk premieres Sunday, March 9th on CBS News 24/7.